Chelsea eyeing potential swoop for Milan Skriniar. Chelsea are reportedly eyeing a swoop for Inter Milan defender Milan Skriniar. Joško Gvardiol is the main target for Chelsea when it comes to defenders. That much is an absolute certainty. But as Gvardiol's asking price continues to rise, the Blues would be forgiven for looking at other options. Milan Skriniar is a player Chelsea have had on their radar for a very long time, and he has still not signed a new contract with his club Inter Milan. Skriniar was very close to joining PSG in the summer, but the deal never materialized. According to Italian publication Calcio Mercato, Chelsea are eyeing a potential swoop for Inter Milan defender Milan Skriniar, with the Slovakian defender still yet to sign a new deal at the club. Chelsea have a new defender as a priority, and Skriniar has been one of the top names on their list for a while. The club are trying for Joško Gvardiol at the minute, but they do have heavy competition. Gvardiol's price tag is also enormous. Skriniar will be available on a free transfer from Inter Milan at the end of the season. A player like that on a free would allow Chelsea to put the money they could have spent on Gvardiol to other positions on the pitch. No concrete contact has been made between Chelsea and Skriniar yet, but it is something the club are monitoring. Gvardiol remains the main target, but Chelsea will have to pay a truly significant fee if they want to sign the Croatian. Chelsea expect to complete £30 million transfer deal for Monaco defender Benoit Badiashile. Chelsea are growing increasingly confident of completing a £30 million transfer deal for Monaco defender Benoit Badiashile. The Blues are keen to sign a new left-sided centre-back, having targeted Joško Gvardiol last summer and kept tabs on the Croatia international during the first half of the 2021-22 season. But Gvardiol is being monitored by a number of top clubs, and Chelsea are concerned his valuation will only increase after an impressive World Cup campaign. As a result, Chelsea have begun to look at alternative targets, identifying Badiashile, Evan Ndika and Piero Hincapié as possible January signings. According to The Athletic, Chelsea have already opened talks with Monaco over a deal for Badiashile, who made his international debut for France earlier this year. While there is no agreement between Chelsea and Monaco, it is claimed that Stamford Bridge chiefs now expect to complete a deal for the Frenchman worth £30 million. While Todd Boehly signed Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Raheem Sterling last summer, he also wants young and developing players at Chelsea, having purchased Wesley Fofana, Marc Cucurella and Carney Chukwuemeka during the previous window. Badiashile, 21, certainly fits the bill and would create competitive and cover at Chelsea alongside the likes of Thiago Silva, Kalidou Koulibaly, Trevoh Chalobah and Fofana. The Monaco star has made 135 appearances for the Ligue 1 outfit and has 2 caps for France, although he was not named in their World Cup squad for Qatar. West Ham expect to sell Declan Rice amid Chelsea interest. West Ham United are anticipating selling Declan Rice amid interest from Chelsea. Declan Rice has been linked with a move away from West Ham for some time now, and the Irons are now fully expecting to lose the midfielder this summer. Chelsea have Rice as a priority, and are determined to bring him back to the club. Rice was in Chelsea's academy before joining West Ham. According to The Athletic, West Ham are expecting to sell Declan Rice this summer, as the player is the subject of heavy interest from various Premier League teams. Liverpool, Chelsea and Manchester United all have interest, and while Chelsea do feel they can make a deal happen, they are watching Manchester United's interest closely. Chelsea feel the fact Rice once played for the club can give them an upper hand in the deal, but Manchester United are still Manchester United. The lure could change the course of the deal. West Ham are preparing to sell Rice in the summer. The expected fee is felt to be around £100 million for the English midfielder. Manchester United are thought to be more interested in Enzo Fernandez, with Liverpool having their eyes more firmly fixed on Jude Bellingham. Chelsea have Rice as a priority, but things can change quickly. Rice is now fully expected to leave in the summer, and the only question that remains is which Big Six club the midfielder is going to join. Jorginho expected to leave Chelsea at end of season. Chelsea midfielder Jorginho is expected to leave Chelsea in June when his contract expires. Chelsea midfielder Jorginho is now expected to leave Chelsea in June when his contract expires. The player is not expected to renew for another season with Chelsea. The club have been rumoured to want 2 new midfielders in the coming months, and the rumours are starting to make a lot of sense considering the N'Golo Kante and Jorginho stories now. Both players are expected to leave on a free in June. According to The Athletic, the expectation is that Jorginho will leave Chelsea in June on a free transfer. He is not currently expected to sign a new deal at the club. There is a difference in valuations between Chelsea's camp and Jorginho's currently over a new deal, and unless there is a massive compromise on one side, that is not expected to change anytime soon. Jorginho has been very coy lately when speaking on his future, avoiding any questions regarding the chances of him staying at the club beyond his contract in June. Chelsea are actively looking for young midfielder to start a new project, and Jorginho and Kante are now to be seen as the sacrifice for this new approach. The player is not without interest, and has suitors from clubs around Europe. Juventus are one of the clubs interested in the Italian. Jorginho's contract runs out in June, and there is now a full expectation around the club that he will play his last season for them this year. Andrey Santos agrees 5-year deal to join Chelsea. Brazilian midfielder Andrey Santos has reportedly agreed a 5-year deal to join Chelsea. Andrey Santos from Vasco da Gama to Chelsea is now very close to completion, and it has been revealed the player has agreed a 5-year deal to join the English club in January. Chelsea have gotten their man after a short few weeks of negotiations, and learned from their mistakes with Andrey to seal the deal this time. Santos could however be expected to go on loan from the club in January upon signing. According to Bruno Andrade, Andrey Santos has agreed a 5-year deal to join Chelsea, and will join the club in January from Vasco da Gama. Santos is one of the most highly rated midfielders from Brazil at the moment, and Chelsea have signed him as a player they believe could be special in the future. The youthful talent around at the moment is something Chelsea have begun to make a priority under the new ownership, and Santos is just another example of that. Chelsea have just about completed the signing, and it is set to cost them €23 million overall. €15 million fixed and €8 million in add-ons will be the layout of the deal. Santos is viewed as a player for the future and not so much the present, so there is chances he and David Dartro Fofana could be sent back out on loan by the club in January. Santos may even stay at Vasco until June if Chelsea see it as a viable option. N'Golo Kante will not play for Chelsea until at least February. N'Golo Kante's Chelsea career seems to be coming to an end, and it could be a sad end now that he will not play for the club until February. Injury problems are ruining what could have been a good farewell season for the French midfielder, and they will keep him out for his team for at least another month. Kante's contract is up in June, and he has good chances to leave as a free agent. According to Fabrizio Romano, N'Golo Kante will not play for Chelsea again until February as he recovers from an injury which has ruled him out since the Spurs game at the start of the season. Kante is now likely to leave Chelsea as a free agent at the end of the season. It is the most likely outcome for all parties as of this moment. Terms of the contract is what is stopping a new deal from being agreed, with Kante and Chelsea far apart on an agreement. Chelsea are now resigned to allowing Kante to leave on a free in January. Barcelona are monitoring the situation as it happens and could make a move for Kante in January. The player is allowed to negotiate with new clubs when the January window opens. A sad end of Kante, but he may still play another game for Chelsea before he leaves provided he does not sign for another club in January.